told in a narrative style. The story is about the rise and fall of the Song Dynasty, a tale of innovation, betrayal, and the Mongol storm. The Song Dynasty, a story of silk, shadows, and steel, 960 to 1279 CE. Part 1. The Rise from Ashes, 96 to 1000 CE. The year is 960 CE. China is splintered, its glory a faded echo of the Tang Dynasty's golden age. Warlords carve out kingdoms like greedy butcher knives over a bloated carcass. But in the city of Kaifeng, a brilliant general named Zhao Kuangyin, loyal to the later Zhou regime, has grown disillusioned. On a snowy morning, while leading his troops to battle against a northern threat, he is met not by enemies, but by his own men. They kneel before him, yellow silk robe in hand. You must become emperor, they urge. Zhao hesitates, but fate has already decided. Zhao Kuangyin ascends the throne as Emperor Taizu of Song, founding a dynasty that will last over 3 centuries. Unlike other emperors, he does not seek to dominate the world through brute force. He believes in merit, scholarship, and peace. He reforms the bureaucracy, invests in education, and ensures that military governors will no longer challenge imperial power. But peace is a tightrope walk, and the winds are already stirring. Part 2, The Golden Mind, 1000 to 1127 CE. The Song era becomes a crucible of innovation. Printing presses hum with woodblock texts and the world's first movable type. The scholar officials debate Confucianism in candlelit halls. A man named Shinku writes a book, The Dream Pool Essays, describing magnetic compasses, geological change, and astronomical observations. Another, Su Song, builds a celestial clock tower so complex it baffles even modern engineers. Gunpowder is refined, not just for fireworks, but for military use. Naval warfare transforms with paddle wheel ships and flamethrowers. In the markets of Hangzhou, silks flow, tea steams in porcelain cups, and merchants keep accounts with paper money. A Song invention centuries ahead of the world. But not all is golden. In the north, the Khitan Liao dynasty grows bold. The Song buy peace with tribute, a decision that gnaws at their pride. Behind the elegance of Song diplomacy lies a kingdom always on the brink. Then a new threat rises. The Jurchens, a fierce, horse-riding people of Manchuria. The Song ally with them to defeat the Khitans. But once the Khitan are gone, the Jurchens turn on the Song. In 1127, they sack Kaifeng in what becomes known as the Jingkang Incident. The emperor and his entire court are taken captive, humiliated, paraded through the north in chains. China is split again. The north falls to the Jin dynasty. The south becomes the last bastion of hope. Part 3, The Southern Song and the Edge of Steel, 1127 to 1279 CE. From the southern city of Hangzhou, a new Song court emerges. Weakened, yes, but still vibrant. Southern Song becomes a realm of naval supremacy. They build ironclad ships and develop advanced weaponry. Their engineers perfect gunpowder warfare, bombs, mines, fire lances. Philosophy flourishes. Neo-Confucianism, led by thinkers like Zhu Xi, reinterprets ancient wisdom for a chaotic world. The arts reach new heights. Poets mourn lost Kaifeng. Painters create dreamy landscapes of mist and mountain, expressions of longing for unity. But another storm is coming. This one from the endless steppe. In the distant north, a boy named Temujin is uniting Mongol clans through blood and fire. He becomes Genghis Khan, the scourge of Eurasia. By the mid-1200s, his grandson Kublai Khan sets his sights on the last fragment of Han Chinese rule, the Southern Song. The Mongol invasion is not a single battle. It is a slow, grinding war of attrition, bridges of bodies, rivers turned red. The Song resist fiercely. One general, Yu Ji, commands thousands to die for every inch of land. The scholar Wen Tiang is captured and offered a high position by the Mongols, but refuses and dies in prison, writing poetry that becomes immortal. Finally, in 1279 CE, at the Battle of Yamen, the last Song resistance is crushed. The child emperor, Zhao Bing, only 7 years old, is taken by loyal minister Lu Shuf. Seeing no escape, Lu Shufu carries the boy in his arms and leaps into the sea, ending the dynasty in an act of tragic defiance. Epilogue: The Legacy of Song. The Song dynasty never had the brutal power of the Qin or the sweeping dominance of the Han. But in its flame, it birthed something greater, the heart of Chinese civilization as we know it. From them we inherited gunpowder and paper money, landscape painting, and Neo-Confucianism. the civil service exam as a model of meritocracy, the idea that intellect and innovation could be mightier than swords. And in the end, as the Mongols rode victorious through shattered cities, they too adopted Chinese customs. Kublai Khan would later rule from Beijing as emperor of a new Chinese dynasty, the Yuan. The Song had fallen, but their soul had entered the marrow of China itself.